Hello everyone, this is the Time Bunny, and well, I think the title of this gives it away what I'm going to be talking about. And it's, wow, as from about coming up for 2 weeks ago now, it is the 14th of April, so it's been nearly 2 weeks ago now since the Undertaker officially retired from WWE. And his last match was WrestleMania, and he was retired by Roman Reigns, so that's the overview. And it's one of those weird things I never thought I'd actually say, you know, that he's actually retired now. And to be fair, considering how many years he's given to the WWE, I think he actually bloody well deserves the time off now, because it's like, he's given what, something stupid like about 25 years to the same company. And wow, if you obviously include how much time he's given to wrestling in general, we're talking pretty near on 30 to 35 years or something ridiculous like that. I can't quite remember offhand when he sort of like started like properly wrestling, but I think it was the early 80s if I remember correctly. So it probably is getting on for being near on like sort of probably 35 years or near enough, you know, it's getting bloody ridiculous, so. But yeah, it just feels a bit weird. It's one of them phrases you think, it don't sound right, you know, it's just like, what, he's retired, what the heck are you on about, you know. It's one of those sorts of moments, but to be fair, it's been a bloody fantastic sort of 25 years, because it's like, just, what, has it really been that long? You know, the Undertaker stuck to like the sort of like one company and had that one gimmick that he's managed to just keep going and keep it popular, and it's like, he's one of those names where even if you're not a wrestling fan necessarily, you sort of like, you know who he is. Same as like people like Hulk Hogan and the British Bulldog and Ultimate Warrior, and they're like, there's like certain names in wrestling where even if you were never a fan, you sort of like, you know of them kind of thing. And now it's just like, no, shut up, the Undertaker's not retired, la 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 la. It's one of them sort of moments. It's very, very weird. And it's just like, I think it's because where I've watched him wrestle since I think it's late 1992. I think it was roughly around Survivor Series 1992-ish, thereabouts, that I started watching wrestling, because that's when my family first got like cable TV. And it's a case of like, I've pretty much followed the Undertaker's career on and off since then, during his time with WWE and all the various different reincarnations that his gimmick had. And it's just like, oh, I seriously could spend so much time talking about all the different sort of like kayfabe storylines he did, and all the matches and other crazy shit that the Undertaker was involved in. And like, sort of like, as I say, starting right from his like early days when he first started in the early 90s, right through to like doing the American Badass and the Ministry of Darkness and the Corporate Ministry and everything else. It's just like, oh my god, there's just, I think there'd be way too much to talk about in just this one little vlog. It'd be like, I think seriously, if I was to talk about everything, this would probably end up going on for about 5 hours. And I think people would get completely fucking bored. It'd be like, I don't want to do that. But yeah, it's just been like, oh, there is just too many favourite memories that I could talk about. But I think one of the ones that really stand out for me, I think it's mainly because I was obviously quite a young teenager at the time, probably about, what, 13, 14, something like that, you know, so obviously I was still at that age where I didn't quite realise that it was all kayfabe yet. Yeah, that probably sounds a bit silly now, sort of looking back as a sort of like nearly 36-year-old woman. I can sort of giggle at my younger self now. But yeah, I can't remember when it was exactly. I'll have to look it up, but it's when he had the match against Yokozuna. I think it was the casket match. And I think it was it against Yokozuna? All I remember is when the match ended, the Undertaker was like in the casket, and he was being wheeled away, and then I think suddenly he appeared on the Titantron, and he did this big speech about how he was going to come back and all this lot, and then he sort of like the Undertaker sort of like levitated out of the top of the Titantron and then just sort of disappeared. I think it was Survivor Series of like 94 or 95 or somewhere around then. It was against Yokozuna, I remember that much. But it's one of them standout things that I remember when he did that, when he sort of levitated out of the top of the Titantron, and then they opened the casket and he wasn't there, and they were like, what the fuck, where'd he go? So, that was a lot of fun. I did enjoy that. Is there any others? I don't think there is. I don't know why, it was just that one moment that's always stood out in my head. I think it's because obviously where I was in my early teens, and it was just like, it just seemed really cool at the time, so. It's like, what? I was about like, what, 14 or something at the time, I was allowed, okay? It's fine when you're that age. So yeah, that's probably what
really new to it, because he's had the dead man gimmick for a long time, and then all of a sudden just come out with something really fresh and new. I thought it was great. I mean, at the time I think he was going to retire after the badass gimmick, but it just didn't happen. And he had some great matches with Triple H at that time as well, fantastic matches. And he had some fun interaction with Hulk Hogan as well, and loads of other superstars. So yeah, for some reason it's funny, but that has been my favourite era of the Undertaker, when he fought as the badass, riding around on the motorbike and just having loads of fun. And you know, it's just one of these things where I think he was really at the top of his game at that point as well. Wrestling ability wise, he was really awesome at that time. But you know, gimmick wise, of course, you know, you can't beat the dead man persona. But there was just something about the American badass that made me feel that he was a cool, kick-ass kind of guy. And I think it brought biking and things like that into the mainstream media, which was pretty awesome. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed my Undertaker memory, and don't forget to subscribe to The Badger Show and everyone that's been in this video. Bye for now guys, see you soon.
Hello everybody, this is Scorpios9472 and bringing you another video. This is about possibly around 9 or 2 o'clock in the morning, right. Don't even know why I'm documenting the fucking time, doesn't really matter. Anyway, this is a video requested by a Time Bunny, one of my subscribers and a YouTuber that I am subscribed to. The reason for this video is to document my feelings on the Undertaker's recent retirement. Now I'm going to get into this, only going to take 5 minutes of you guys' time, so we'll get down to the nitty gritty bits. My feelings about the Undertaker retiring, I feel, is necessary. So I say fuck you, Roman, right? Only because I feel it shouldn't have been him to retire the Undertaker. although I do respect the Undertaker's decision for him to be able to pick Roman, I mean, that's got to be an honour in itself. I mean, Roman's got to be chuffed. And you better use that push to the best of your ability, because if you don't, everybody's going to fucking be pissed, man. I swear. And it's not like you can blame the Undertaker, all the fans for like, you know, being so pissed, you know, because they thought that there were so many other potential wrestlers that were able to even have the last match with you. I for one would have thought Kane would have been the best suited one. I know he's running for mayor, but at the same time it would have been a nice thing for both of them to retire at the same time. I'm not sure what they have planned for Kane as he's running for mayor, you know. All that being said, you know, we're not sure what's going to happen with him either, but he is soon to retire too, I suppose. One thing that really pissed me off though is I think that Kane and the Undertaker should have went together. Their last match, I mean, they're the Brothers of Destruction, and one last feud between the two of them would have been awesome. Might have not been the best and most popular, but it would have been, you know, alright, and everybody would have respected that, because Kane and the Undertaker are both living legends in the WWE industry, in the wrestling industry. Only because I like both of them so much as wrestlers, and you know, just because when Kane came out, he would destroy the fuck out of everybody. But we're not going to get into that because we're on about the Undertaker. Now, the most favourite match of all time for me was for reasons that I remember, and when the Undertaker was in more or less in his prime at the time, was the Brothers of Destruction, when he was partnered up with Kane. When he and Kane went up against the Wyatt family. I think that was their most dominant, well, not their most dominant for their reign as Brothers of Destruction, but I feel even though they are, like, you know, they're getting on now, so it pretty much just shows how revered they are, and how much respect that all the WWE superstars have for Kane and the Undertaker, for them to have one last go at the Brothers of Destruction, and none other than the Wyatt family to be able to take them on and absolutely own the shit out of them. And there was 4 of them. Choked Braun Strowman through a fucking table, and that was brilliant. I suppose the rest of my feelings is towards the Undertaker. I hope he enjoys his retirement, and maybe he'll have one last match. I'm hopeful, but if he's going, he's going, and I do appreciate all that he's done, and I thank him so much for all that he's done. He's provided us with some awesome matches, will be the best slugger in the game, and will always remain the best slugger in the game. The best there is in the WWE, and forever will be. Thank you guys for watching. On to you, Time Bunny. Thank you.
Yeah.